It has been so long since I filmed a YouTube video, like back to my middle school roots. This is crazy. This is my return to YouTube. Hi guys. I feel like I'm finally ready to transition from TikTok, or not from TikTok, but transition over to YouTube in addition to doing my TikTok and my Substack. So today we're going to be talking about how to actually find your style. And I haven't specifically made a TikTok on this topic before because I feel like I have so much to say on this topic and it lends itself to a long form platform. So here we are. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to find your style. Don't forget to subscribe, and I promise I will be on my YouTube game, because with TikTok getting sold and everything, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen over on TikTok, so I'm definitely ready to come back to YouTube. So finding your style. I think it's important to remember, and I'm going to repeat something I say on my TikTok a lot, and that is that Rome was not built in a day. Your wardrobe should not be built in a day. You can't find your style in a day. Truly, when people ask me, like, how do I find my style? How do I find my style? I want to say, like, it's going to take time, because I think people hear like, oh, I want to find my style, and they sort of think that it's going to come to them like that, or it's going to happen overnight, and it's not. The people with the best styles and the people with the best wardrobes have cultivated those styles and those wardrobes over years and years and years. And there really isn't a one size fits all, like, step-by-step guide to finding your style, but I'm going to try and give you some bullet points, right? So that you can know where to start, because it can feel really daunting. Like, so many clothing items are being made. There's so many styles. I feel like we're exposed to so much on social media. If you don't really have a strong sense of style starting out, it can be kind of intimidating to like step into this world of like fashion and personal style and all this stuff. Step one, you are going to spend lots of time on Pinterest. And when I say lots of time, I mean, like, Pinterest needs to now become like a hobby of yours. You need to make Pinterest your best friend. And I'm not saying like you need to spend hours and hours on Pinterest a day. Using Pinterest properly is going to be your best friend. So you're not just going to save everything that you like and then like never look at it. You're going to spend a few minutes, you're going to save some things that you like, and especially as you use Pinterest more, your Pinterest algorithm is going to sort of like fine tune itself to be more of the things that you're interacting with. And then we're going to go back and actually look at the things that you save, because I feel like people get on Pinterest, they save a bunch of stuff, and then they just like forget about it. You got to go back and actually look at the things that you've saved. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at the things that you've saved after like a day or two, and you're going to start to pick out the common threads and the common themes in your saved pins. So maybe you've saved, let's say, 20 photos, and 12 of those 20 photos have like a suede jacket on them. You're going to go over to your notes app, you're going to make a list, and you're going to add suede jacket to your list. Now, that does not mean that you run out and you buy the first suede jacket that you see, but doing this is going to sort of give you a rough guide of the pieces that you do actually like. Because again, if you're starting from like ground zero, it can sometimes be hard to get a grasp on what you like, which is why you're going to spend time on Pinterest. Or maybe lots of the pictures that you save have a white tank top, or a pair of blue jeans, or a pair of brown loafers, or a tote bag. Maybe you're saving things with lots of color. Maybe you're saving things with lots of neutrals. These are the common threads that are going to sort of start to clue you into the things that you might actually like. So when I was doing this, everything that I saved was neutral, like black, white, gray, brown, blue, and like maybe a little bit of green. So that's where I started. I was like, okay, these are the things that I like. Honestly, the longer that you spend doing this, the better probably. You don't want to get caught up in like trying to go out and buy a replica of every single thing that you saved on your Pinterest board, because you're probably going to be stuck with pieces that you don't actually like. And this kind of goes back to my taste versus style versus fashion TikTok, where like just because you like something doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be in your wardrobe. So the more time you spend like gathering inspo and actually trying to like drill down on some of the pieces that you might want and need, sort of the smarter shopping choices you make in the future. So step one is gather enough inspo, pull out common threads. Step two is going to be taking a really, really thorough inventory of your own wardrobe, because again, going out and buying a bunch of stuff is probably not going to serve you in the long run. So you're going to cross-reference your common threads with your Pinterest inspo with the pieces that you already have, because I guarantee you at least one of those pieces is a a piece that you already have. And then cross-referencing the pieces that are on your Pinterest list and the pieces that you have or don't have is going to kind of give you a list of wardrobe gaps. Another thing that I kind of have talked about before, because you don't want to get caught up in thinking, oh, I need to overhaul my wardrobe. I need to like get rid of absolutely everything that I have and start completely from scratch. That's a waste of money and it's probably not even necessary. And then as you're taking an inventory of your wardrobe and kind of cross-referencing it with your Pinterest save, if you feel like there are pieces in your wardrobe that are not serving you, like you haven't worn them in years, now might be a time to get rid of them. This doesn't mean you have to get rid of everything in your wardrobe. It doesn't mean you have to keep everything in your wardrobe. You just want to compare what you have on Pinterest to what you already have. So step 1, save lots of stuff on Pinterest, pull out common threads. Step 2, cross-reference your Pinterest saves and common threads with things that you already have. Now, here's where I say finding your style and building your wardrobe becomes a process. I think part of finding your style is realizing that finding your style and building your wardrobe does take time. So if you try and go out and you try and fulfill your entire wish list like in one go, you're probably going to be unhappy with a lot of those pieces because you're sort of like rushing to build your wardrobe and have every single one of these pieces that you've seen on your Pinterest board. And especially as someone who's a huge advocate for thrifting items often takes time. Like sometimes if I'm in the market for a new piece and I want to thrift it, it will take me 2 or 3 or 4 trips to the thrift store before I find that item. And I think just like the best and coolest pieces are ones that you've taken the time to find, whether you bought them retail or secondhand. So again, going back to the suede jacket example, let's say you saved a suede jacket on Pinterest. It's definitely a common thread. It's something that you don't already have and it's something that you want to buy. Don't run out and buy the first suede jacket that you see. You're probably going to be disappointed with it in like 6 months. Instead, keep a wish list, tuck it away, keep it in the back of your mind. Okay, this is definitely a piece that like I will be on the lookout for, and make it an ongoing process. Like there have been so many pieces that I have wanted and it took me months, sometimes years to find them. Like my favorite jeans I thrifted, it took me 3 years, I kid you not, of going to the thrift store and like consistently looking for a pair of jeans before I found my perfect pair of jeans. Or like my favorite white t-shirt, yes, it's from Brandy Melville, but I literally ordered every single white t-shirt on Brandy Melville's website to find my favorite one, and then I return the rest. And this is why I say like building your wardrobe and finding your style is a process, and it's hard to give a step-by-step guide. I think people want like a quick and easy one and done sort of, this is how you build your wardrobe overnight. And in order to have a sustainable wardrobe with sort of longevity and a wardrobe that can grow with you, I do think it's important to take the time to find your perfect pieces. So to recap, step 1, spend some time on Pinterest, save a lot of stuff, pull out your common threads. Step 2, cross-reference those common threads with the pieces that you already have in your wardrobe. Step 3, build a wish list and take your time fulfilling said wish list. I still have pieces on my wish list that I feel like I've been looking for like months, sometimes even years. And then another general tip, it's important to remember functionality in your wardrobe. Like your clothes are meant to be worn. And so when you're trying to find your style and you're trying to build your wardrobe, an often very overlooked component of that is like, what do you actually have to do in your clothes? Do you walk a lot? Do you drive? Do you take public transport? Where do you work? What kind of clothes do you have to wear to work? If you work in an office, like, are you allowed to be more casual or is it very dressy and formal? Do you go out a lot? Like, do you go to the bar a lot? Do you go to the club a lot? Do you need going out clothes, quote unquote? Do you live in a hot climate? Do you live in a cool climate? So these are all, again, things to consider as you're building your wardrobe. And again, if you go out and you try and buy your entire wardrobe all at once, these are the kind of things that are going to be overlooked. So yes, maybe you've saved a bunch of fur coats to your Pinterest board, but like you live in Florida, you probably don't need a fur coat, which again goes back to my taste versus style versus fashion. Like a fur coat is fashionable. A fur coat is always going to be in style. And yes, you like a fur coat, so it might be your taste, but a fur coat unfortunately might not be your style because it's not functional for you. Style is a function of function. The people who have the best styles and the best wardrobe have cultivated their wardrobe and their style to make sense for them and their lives, whatever that means, right? And then my last sort of tip is just to have fun. Like, I think building your wardrobe and finding your style is fun. The slow burn of finding and sourcing pieces for your wardrobe and like letting your style evolve, to me, is a part of fun, and it's a part of the joy. I like looking for 2 years for my favorite coat or for my favorite bag or something. And I think in a world where like everything is so like instant gratification, it can be really hard to let your wardrobe sort of slowly develop. And that's why I say like it's hard for me to give a step-by-step guide beyond a certain point, because you kind of just have to let the puzzle pieces fall into place when it comes to finding your style and finding your wardrobe. So that's my little spiel. I feel like I talked a lot. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have a hell of a time editing this video because I am a yapper to my core. Even though I'm a yapper, I feel like I need to get back into the habit of doing long form content because I've been on TikTok for so long that now I'm like, oh, like a 10-minute YouTube video. Cool, cool, cool. So those are my tips on how to find your style. I hope this helped. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, on Instagram. Go subscribe to my Substack for free. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one, hopefully very soon. Let me know what other kinds of videos you want to see. There are so many videos that I made on my TikTok that I feel like I want to turn into long form content. Like my takes versus style versus fashion video is definitely going to become a YouTube video with more like fleshed out cohesive thoughts. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to stop yapping now.